Well, I'm actually kneeling at the grave of probably the most famous resistance fighter we have known in the Second World War. Her name is Hannie Schaft. They made a film about her called The Girl with the Red Hair. Beautiful movie, amazing history, very brave young woman who was shot here dead in the dunes and buried here. I took a photo of her gravestone at an aperture of 1.4, focused on her last name, so I hope that works out. But it's just absolutely amazing, and I'm speechless to be kneeling here at her grave. Well, as this scene is quite dark, I thought I'd shoot the 50mm 1.4 at an aperture of 1.4, and I thought, just for comparison purposes, also put on the Sigma 28mm 2.8. Shoot the same scene, more or less the same, at a wider angle at 2.8. Here we have an interesting view on the Formula 1 circuit in Zandvoort. I'm going to walk through the dunes, which you see on the left hand side, go up that path and get a better vantage point to take a good picture. From this point of view, use the 50mm at f11 and also the 28mm, same aperture, f11. Well, I just got back from my afternoon at Zandvoort. I was initially planning to go into the town center to also make some photos, but I got caught up at the Formula 1 circuit in Zandvoort where they were racing with Porsches and Audis. So I thought that would be an interesting theme for a little bit of video and also to take a few photos with the Minolta X-700. I'm through half a roll of the Fuji Acros 100. So I did a mid-roll development, put the camera in the dark bag, took out the exposed half of the film, which I developed, and the photos you've been able to see in this video. I used the MC 50mm 1.4 primarily, at apertures of 1.4 and also f8 and f11. I also used a Sigma 28mm 2.8, what they call a mini wide. It's a macro lens. It's the version 2. I have both versions of the Sigma 28 2.8, and I only use the version 2, that's this one, to also make a couple of photos with the X-700. The camera held up fine. I shot only in aperture priority mode. One thing that did surprise me is when you slightly press the shutter button, you can of course see when you're in aperture priority mode, you can see which shutter speeds that the camera will choose. And it's a very slight touch further to actually take the photo. So the first photo I took it too soon. That's how light the shutter release is, something to take into account. But otherwise the camera held up fine, and I have half roll left of the Fuji Acros to try the Minolta X-700 again, and in the next video I'll go also a little bit more in depth with regards to the features of this camera. I hope you enjoyed the video and the results, and I look forward to making a next and final part on this X-700. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you're more than welcome to do so you can keep up with all my new videos that I will be bringing out. Thanks again, take care, see you next time.